So you want to start making music, but there are a bunch of options and you have no idea which one is actually the best. TikTok is flooded with FL Studio and Ableton. Some dude will defend Pro Tools with his life because it's the industry standard. In this video we are cutting through all of this, not talking about plugin differences or workflow philosophies, but stuff that actually matters when you are just starting out. This video should give you a good overview. Just to make sure we are all on the same page, a DAW or digital audio workstation is basically the software you use to record, produce, mix and arrange your music. Spoiler/disclaimer, whether it's FL Studio, Ableton Live, Logic, Reaper, whatever you name it, they all do the same core things. They record and edit audio, they work with MIDI, they host effects plugins and instruments, they export your final track, and most importantly, none of these programs is truly trash or even bad. Forget about people who will tell you, "What, you don't use Pro Tools, it's the industry standard, FL Studio is for babies, Ableton has max integration." So let's just take a look on actual deciding factors when starting out. Let's be real, budget is a big one. Some DAWs are hundreds or even thousands of dollars, others are basically free. A quick rundown. Since a lot of these companies offer smaller and bigger versions of their programs, let me just say that usually the smallest version is totally fine to start with. FL Studio ranges from $99 to $499, but you get lifetime free updates. Ableton goes from $99 to $749. If you buy Live 12, you get 12.3, 12.4 and so on. But once Live 13 comes out, you have to pay again. Logic is more straightforward, there's only one price tag and it's $199. I used Logic for a long time and to this day I always got free updates, but I have a feeling they will discontinue that, but we don't know yet. Bonus tip, if you have an iPad, you can just try Logic on the iPad for $5 for 1 month and it's super capable, especially for a tablet version. Cubase is the same as Ableton, you get one particular version and once the new comes out you have to pay again. Reaper you can get for $60 for a discounted license and it's basically fully functional even before you pay anything. Studio One is $200, but they also have a subscription service. Pro Tools ranges from $200 to $1,500, but they also have subscription models. And what is worth noting in general is that pretty much all of these DAWs offer discounts if you get an educational version. For example, I got my Logic and Ableton version much cheaper because I took advantage of the educational programs of these companies. So if your money is tight, you can try Reaper or Ableton Live Intro. A lot of gear also comes with DAW licenses and can be cool packages. For example, this Arturia keyboard comes with cool software instruments, and Ableton Live Lite and PreSonus gear typically comes with Studio One. So there are a lot of ways to save money, and if you're on Mac, Logic is a great deal for what it offers and GarageBand is completely free and really powerful. Obviously, money and price is not everything. Here's a big factor that a lot of people don't talk about. If your friends already use a DAW, it can be a good idea to start with that one. It's way easier to learn when you can ask questions, share project files and even collaborate directly. If you have friends who use FL Studio, it would be pretty stupid to buy Cubase just to be different. You would probably try to fix errors instead of just learning and jamming with another one. There is a chance that the best DAW is just the one your friends already use because you might end up making cooler stuff with it. Which leads me to another factor. The best DAW in the world means nothing if you can't figure out how to use it. So let's check how much learning material is out there. This is not a scientific research or anything, but like most young people, I spend a lot of time in the internet and I can say that YouTube is dominated by FL Studio and Ableton Live tutorials. Logic Pro also has tons of high quality learning content. Reaper has a super dedicated community too, but I feel like it's pretty nerdy and a lot of it is for game audio. Like what I'm trying to say by nerdy is it's not so much about actual music making, it's about customizing one's Reaper version and whatever. And for the other DAWs I find significantly less content online, but as I said, this is just my impression of all of this. Generally speaking, having a big community is something very helpful, especially when you're starting out. The final part is totally subjective, but the most important. Personally, I really like the workflow and the sound design capabilities of Ableton Live. I think that Logic is an awesome all-round package and doesn't really have weaknesses in my eyes. But this is the part where you really have to decide which DAW looks cool to you, which seems fun to use and whatever. It would be stupid to list all the things that I like or dislike about any of these programs, because your opinion might differ anyway, and that's totally fine. So my tip for that would be just play around and try a few of them. A lot of them have free demo versions. You don't even have to dig super deep, just play around a bit and see what is fun and cool to you, and this will help your decision making, also considering price and all of the other aspects. So my final thoughts. This video wouldn't be complete without saying that most producers end up trying a few DAWs over time anyway, so don't stress over choosing the perfect one. Just pick one, start creating and learn as you go, because the DAW doesn't make the music anyway. If this video helped you figure things out, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a like. It really helps the channel. And if you're starting out on your production journey, I got some videos on my channel that might be helpful to you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.